Alright guys, let's dive in to a little hotkey tutorial per request. So this is going to be very quick and simple, okay? Now, I'm going to start just by showing you the hotkeys that I've been using recently. These are subject to change. If they do change, I'll let you know. Let me get that dinging out of here a little bit. Okay, so when I'm buying a stock, right, I'm clicking into one of my order book windows, whatever that may be. Then I hold down Control, and I get this list of options. Now you can see I have quantity settings turned on. So I can buy market 50% of my portfolio. You can do money, percentages, or shares. And I have it set to percentages because it makes more mathematical sense in my head. So I can buy 50% market, Control M. I can buy 30% ask with a 1 cent offset for a quicker fill, Control A. Now that is my typical entry. When I enter something, that's usually what I hit. Control S is a 50% ask buy. Now I only use this under the circumstances of I feel really, really good about this. Then you can see here, now this is going to say short because I'm not currently in a position, but when I'm in the position, this says sell. Control N sells 100% market, one that I rarely use unless it's a halt. Control B, this is my bailout button. This is where when I want to hit my stop loss, I hit Control B, and that will sell 100% of my hold on the bid with a 1 cent negative offset to make sure that I get filled. Control X, my profit taking key. This is sell on the ask plus 3 cents. So if it's squeezing up rapidly, I can start dumping shares. I can get in ahead. And Control Z is to sell 100% ask. Another one that I rarely use. So applying these properly, I mean, it's gonna require you to really watch the spreads. If your spreads are huge, right? If your level 2 order book has spreads that are like 20 plus cents apart, you don't want to do this because if you buy on the ask and sell on the bid, you'll immediately lose 20 cents per share, which is a lot. It's like, for me, average size, it's minimum $200 loss for no reason. So you have to make sure that you're monitoring the spreads. And if the spreads do have a very big margin between them, make sure that you do stand to get that squeeze. Make sure that it's a calculated snipe. Don't just, you can't spitball on those types of moves, especially if it's wicking a lot, consolidating, and you're trying to predict the breakout. If there's a 20-cent spread there and it goes up but then drops a little bit and you're like, ah, shit, and you cut it, you could lose a lot of money. So you make sure that your spreads are tight. Like this here is bouncing around between like 7, 10, 2, like that's what you're going to be working with sometimes. And for the most cases, so I will enter my first trade of the day. I come in, Control, and I immediately click my quantity settings, which is automatically set to 10%. My first trade of the day, I'm not taking maximum size. I'm not taking, big size in general. I just want to dip my toes in the water, right? 10% to me is comfortable if it goes red. And it's fine if it goes green because then I can let it run a little bit without really worrying. And I can get a cushion, and then my next trade's less risk. And maybe my next trade I'll take 30%. So this is just the way that I trade. If you want to kind of steal that little method, you can. It's called an icebreaking strategy, where your first trade of the day, you always take light size, and then you size up from there, depending on the result, right? But the thing to remember is, like, you enter in a 10%, you have to make sure that you unselect that so it goes back to regular. Otherwise, you'll be selling 10% when maybe you think you're selling 100%. So just keep that in mind. So, like I said, you can do shares, percentages, money. Percentages is just the way I roll mathematically. Works for me. And it's that simple. It's really that simple. And just when you have, we'll go over this quick. When you have the order put out there, have the working orders tab pulled up under the positions so that you can see if it gets filled or not, right? You want to see if it gets filled or not. So if it's sitting here saying working, you need to cancel that fucking order because it should be like that when it fills. So just make sure you're watching that. Like, if we go forward, and I try to buy 1 share of Ford. So let's see. I'll literally quantity settings, buy 1 share of Ford, Control S. See how it sits here? Now it's filled. So it goes from here to here. and then I come back over here, sell one share, control B, and then it fills again, right? Now I didn't lose anything on that because it's fucking, not moving, but that was just a quick little example. So, yeah, outside of that, I think you should be good to go. I think you should understand what I mean. If you have questions, just leave them below. If this video just happened to kind of pop onto your feed, link of this video description. You can join the Discord community. Highly recommend. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for some live trades. Peace.